Hello and welcome back to Headlines in High Heels, and I have one of the biggest foodies in town. I'm super excited because apparently he's wanted everywhere in town, but we got him here. It's an exclusive. I have Mike, the Foodie Justice, here. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
Man, you have been everywhere, not only on Instagram, Facebook, but now I hear you're getting one-on-one meetings with Instagram as well. People just want a piece of you, and you want a piece of food everywhere all over town.
I sure do.
Do you have your favorite restaurants in town that if anybody asks you, I'm sure you get asked all the time? Like,
I do.
Where should I go get this? Where should I go get that? Do you feel guilty not naming other places, or do you already have like your go-to places?
No, I mean the places that I like the most, I let them know. So
Yeah.
it's like, if they want barbecue, I'm like, Liberty Smokehouse is awesome.
That's so good. And do you spend your own money, or is it kind of like a trade? Do you go in there? Do they know you're coming?
They do not know I'm coming. I spend all my own money. I
Yeah.
just show up. They reach out to me all the time, 10 times a day. They're like, come, let me set something up. And I'm like, no, I'll show up. And I just show up whenever I want to. And
That's kind of cool.
hey, because my whole goal is to give them the actual customer experience, for me to have the customer experience so that I can give it to everybody else to let them know where to spend their hard-earned money.
Yeah, and I, as a consumer, I appreciate that. Obviously, I'm sure we all do. But do you feel bad whenever you're giving, even though it's a real review, when you're giving one and it's not that great?
I don't feel bad because, working in the food business my whole life, I think the most valuable thing that you can get is feedback in real time from actual customers. So, when I make sure that I don't bash restaurants, but it gives them the opportunity to see what real customers are actually saying about them. So if they go in and see, hey, we have 20 people that are saying I had a bad experience, I'm not coming back, it allows them to actually reach out to those customers and say, hey, we screwed up.
Yeah.
Let me have you come back, let's make it right.
And improve. I mean, it's really all about the customer experience. It's not only about customer service, it's about food quality, it's about all that stuff all together. I appreciate stuff like that. I've worked in the service industry, the food industry before I was doing all this kind of stuff, so I know how important a good review is. Not the fake review where you're mad at somebody and then you make up stuff, because that happens too. Yeah. And those can be removed off of Google, by the way, so if you feel like you're doing that, you're really getting them, that's not necessarily the way to do it and go about it. But how did you get into not only food reviewing, but you said you worked with Google or for Google?
I did work for Google. So I've been in the food business my whole career. Since I was 14 years old, I started washing dishes, worked my way up to eventually be an executive for some of the largest food service companies in the world, doing corporate dining. And I ran cafes and restaurants all the way across the country in South America. And it just became too much travel. And so one day I said, I don't want to do this anymore, I'm too old. And I stopped working, was home for a day or two, and said I can't sit at home, so I need to find something to do. And to be real, I was just sick of getting influenced myself. I was sick of food influencers saying, hey, welcome to Tampa, we found your new blah, 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 this is the best food in town. And I'd go there and it's like, it's not.
It's not, it's trash.
And so I said, we need somebody boots on the ground that is for the people, that's going to really tell people where to go and all the good food and where to look out for.
Yeah.
So that's why I started it.
And are you from the Tampa Bay area? You said you traveled a lot.
Yeah, I moved here from Connecticut when I was about 7 years old, so I've been here for almost 40 years now.
Wow, that's a long time.
And I lived in Austin a couple years, Jacksonville, but mainly this area.
Oh my God, I'm from Jacksonville too. I
Are you
don't
really?
ever want to go back. People are like, how did you like Jacksonville? I'm like, well, I went to college there, graduated, but then before that I lived in Duval and all over the place.
Yeah,
and I'm like, once I moved here, I was like, okay, I settled in here. And also the food here is so different than Austin's known for their barbecue, I'm sure. What is, when somebody mentions Tampa Bay, what's a category of food that you're like, you should go try this because Tampa's so great at it?
I would say definitely, obviously, Cuban sandwiches is a huge one, right? Because Cuban sandwiches were invented here, as much as people want to argue that fact or not.
Oh, they do all every day?
Every day. The Cuban argument is never going to end. So. But yeah, and I think it's just like a melting pot of all different foods that are good. And I think especially Tampa now is growing so fast and so big that there's just people doing some really cool stuff. Like I think you had Station House Barbecue on the other day.
Yeah, we did.
Like they're just crushing it. Like so there's just some of these people that are just doing a really great job. So I think if you look in any food category, you can find good food in Tampa.
What do you say to people? I see it all the time. It's like, I moved to Tampa and this is not a good food scene. Because me personally, I would 100% disagree. For any category of food, whatever it is, sushi or something like that, I can always go find some of the best here in Tampa. So what do you have to say when you see influencers talk trash about Tampa and their food?
Well, I mean, I don't think they're putting in the time to actually go to all the restaurants that I have and that I am. And if there's good food out there, you just have to know where to look and where to find it.
How many restaurants are you going to per day?
Usually 5 per day, 3 to 5.
It is a full-time job.
It's a full-time job.
And do you have another side job, or is this it specifically?
This is it. Yeah, so I started doing this, and like I said, the first few weeks I got 200 followers, and I was like, this is crazy, 200 people are watching me. I just can't imagine that. Because, I was never comfortable on social media or in front of a camera or anything like that.
Yeah.
And so now it's just grown up, now it's just grown so big, and it's just turning into this whole thing on its own, so it's all that I have time for, to be honest.
Yeah, well, I mean, I understand posting. I do a lot of interviews and stuff like this. I do something similar, not as much food reviewing as you do, because you are obviously an expert at it. But yeah, it does take up a considerable amount of time. So you're traveling even to Sarasota, you're traveling to St. Pete, you're traveling all over?
I went to Japan, I just went to San Francisco. I'll go anywhere to try to find food, yeah.
And do you mind if I ask you how much money, because I think you made a post about this the other day, how much money does this consume, and you're paying out of pocket to keep up with this?
It cost about $3,000 a month to do it.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah.
Did you expect it to be that much, or is that, you expect it to be more than that?
I had no idea. I had no clue. I mean, it depends. Like, I could go to Carbone, and that eats up a third of that money, So it just depends on the month of how much you actually spend, but that's pretty much the average.
Well, yeah, the fine dining is always going to be way more expensive. How did you pick the name Foodie Justice?
That's a really good question. So, one of my favorite shows is Foodie Justice.
Okay.
So it's just a play on that.
Okay.
I'll be the judge of that.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah, I love that. Okay, so let's get into food. Everybody is sitting here. They're like, please, can you tell me where I should eat your favorite? And I'm sure you've expected all these questions. So let's start off with your Cubans. I know you're currently going through a Cuban list, and you have a lot more to go through. But if you had to pick maybe top 2, top 3, if somebody's traveling to town, they have guests coming, or they live here, where is a good Cuban that I can find?
You're going to get me in a lot of trouble here, but...
They're all very good, but you can not top. Let's just say a couple of good spots.
A couple good spots.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think Station House does the best job at a Cuban. And I know that it's not the authentic kind of Cuban that people are necessarily looking for, but they do a really good job. I think Caribbean Twist does an amazing job. It's a restaurant that I just tried recently, and that's another one where I tell people, there's a few restaurants that you can go to where everything that you try, it's going to be good, and that's one of them. So those are 2 really good ones. Kim's Cuban Sandwich Shop in Seffner.
Yeah, I saw that video.
Fantastic Cuban. Yeah, so those are like top 3 right now that I've went to recently.
Are there certain places where you go specifically with your family, because you have 2 kids as well, correct?
Yeah, but they're older.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. Do they request certain places, or are they like, Dad, please stop reviewing food when we go out to eat?
Oh, yeah, they enjoy it.
Sure.
They actually do, yeah, they don't care. Because I usually have to pick, because I'm like, if I'm going out, I got to do a review anyways, so.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you don't want to waste your time.
Right.
Do you ever find yourself, maybe you're just randomly, you're not videotaping yourself, you're just having, I don't know, a sandwich somewhere, and you're accidentally reviewing the food in your head? Are you just a natural food reviewer when it comes to certain food in general? Like, it just naturally happens?
Well, that's a really good question too, because so in my old job, that was part of my job. So I always had to go to different accounts and check the food and taste it and taste everything and make sure it was good and ready for service and look at menu planning and all of those things. So really what I'm doing now is exactly what I did then. It's just in a different format.
Did you always see yourself aspiring to do like your own thing that you could just handle instead of working for the man? Yeah,
100%.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of things that I'm good at, and operations and food is one of them. I'm really good at that, but the rest of it, like, I'm not. Like that's my zone.
Yeah.
And so I was like, if there's ever anything that I could do that incorporates those 2 things, and I could do myself, then I'm always searching for what that's going to be, and I think I found it, hopefully.
Yeah, no, definitely. I was excited when you hit me back, and I was like, oh my God, like I've been following you for such a long time. Were you nervous kind of launching your own thing, your own kind of Instagram, to do your own thing and not work for a corporation?
Of course. I mean, and I still am. Like, it's expensive, and I don't have like endless amounts of money or anything. So, you know, I'm working on how do I monetize this thing, and I've got some help with that. So I'm making a little bit of money, but yeah, it's a scary thing.
Yeah.
Anytime you stop working, it's scary, right? Because
Yes.
money dries up. But,
Yeah, definitely.
But I feel like what's happened over the last 6 or 7 months, if it continues to grow like that, I don't think that would be a problem.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, you're definitely, your accounts, your watchers, your viewership, all that stuff is definitely going up. So my dad is from Charlotte, and so every time he flies down here, it's like, what's the new restaurant we have to go to? I'm going to do this. Usually I take him to Somi, or I could go list on and on, because I'm not a food snob, but I am a natural food reviewer just in my head. I'm like, okay, I like this burger,
Yeah.
but this place is better. So if I have somebody coming into town, or if I'm going to take my family out to eat, then I want to go to the place that I love.
Of course.
So if you have guests coming to town, can you just name a couple of really good restaurants that you enjoy in the Tampa Bay area? And it's not a ranking, it's just places that you truly enjoy.
Yeah, I think Olivia to me is always a good one. They're always pretty solid.
What'd you think of that chicken parm with the sauce and the cheese on top?
Yeah, that was awesome. I think that, I'm more of a sports bar kind of guy, and so is my family. So, Thomas P's is a great place to go. I love going to Duff's. So there are some times where I don't want to do a review, and I'm like, I'm just going to have lunch.
Exactly.
And so a lot of times I'll just sit at Duff's at the bar, have some beer, edit some videos. So like that's my like happy place there. And they have really good wings too.
Are you a sports fan?
No.
But you like go to sports bars?
Yeah.
Why
I
is
like
that?
to drink.
Okay, so do I. All right, I think everybody here could kind of agree with that. That's awesome.
Yes.
Yeah, I like Duff's too, but they have a lot of the memorabilia and a lot of helmets and stuff like that everywhere. So you don't go to a sports bar to watch sports at all?
No.
Okay.
No.
You're into food.
Into food, yes.
Are you
Strictly
big
food.
into making your own food at all?
Yeah, I've cooked for many years. Not recently, but yeah, I've learned from some of the best chefs in the world, like how to cook, and
Wow.
I've immersed myself into that world, and I've worked in kitchens for so long that you pick up a lot of that stuff. So yeah, I'm pretty good in the kitchen, I'd have to say.
That's cool. You can throw
Yeah.
down. So what's your standard thing if somebody's going to come over and you want to impress them, but you don't have to cook a fillet or anything like that or whatever it is, a Wellington. What is something that you can just make really easily that'll blow their socks off?
Linguine and clams.
Oh, wow. Okay. So was it your love for food now because of your family or your father or anything
Yeah,
like
my
that?
dad was in the food business as well.
What did he do?
He did the same thing that I did. He worked in, he actually ran food for a university. And so when we were kids, he would pick us up from school. We'd always go and we'd work in the kitchen. We'd crack eggs for $1 an hour until we were old enough, 14 years old, to actually legally work. So we always grew up in kitchens our whole life.
That's how you fell in love with it.
I did, but his advice to me was like, don't ever get in this business. 'Cause
And look at you.
it's literally the toughest business that there is. Like,
Yes.
I have to give credit to every single person that runs a restaurant, that works at a restaurant, every dishwasher, all of them, because it's hard work. Like,
really
it's
is.
really hard.
And dealing with, oh my gosh, some of the worst clientele to come in.
Yeah.
I mean, it's bad. It's bad. Just
Yeah.
dealing with certain personalities and types and expectations and zero patience for stuff when you have like 6 tables that you're running at the same time. It's a lot of work.
Yeah, and even like fast food is hard. Like I oversaw some Chick-fil-A's for a while, and I went in there and I think I was like a district manager, vice president at the time, and I said I would always jump in and work with my employees, like whether it was like washing dishes or whatever.
Yeah.
And I said, I want to jump in, and they're like, you can't, like Chick-fil-A doesn't allow. I was like, come on, like I could do this, So they put me on the bread toasting machine,
Okay.
and I was screwing it up. I was burning the bread. It's so hard. Like,
What do you mean when they butter the bread or just toast it
no,
and then butter it?
They toast it. You have to put it in like this toaster thing. You have
Yeah.
to butter it and then toast it. And
Okay.
So I was like putting them the wrong way because the orders are coming in so fast, and you're just like, oh my God, like I can't keep up.
Yeah, especially at Chick-fil-A. I feel like they're always ranked #1 for all that in customer service. So.
Yeah, so I give a lot of credit to people in the food industry for sure.
That's cool. That's
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah, giving back to, I mean, I love watching all of your videos. I love how honest all of your reviews are. Yeah, and it's a different space for you with other people because you can just tell you're brutally honest. And I say brutally meaning it just is what it is, because next time I come, and you do go back to restaurants sometimes. You try them again.
I do.
That's something that's interesting, and I'll just make this point really quickly, is like some people try a restaurant and then they're just one and done.
Yep.
But I feel like you should really give a restaurant at least 2 times minimally. You can, because you don't know if it's improved or somebody was pissed off in the back kitchen that day or they were down a couple of people.
I would say it depends why you don't want to go back, because there are some times where it's so bad where you're like if somebody was rude to you or whatever. But I would say the biggest issue with restaurants in Tampa, not just Tampa, but everywhere, is consistency. They're just inconsistent, right? So like if I go to a barbecue place, and I won't name any of them, but if I go there and I have a bad experience, and 500 people write on my post like that's the best place, I have this great experience every time there, then I'm like, okay, maybe I just went on a bad day, or maybe they had somebody in the kitchen that made a mistake or whatever that is. So that's why I always promise my viewers, like, if you tell me it's good, then I'll go back, and I go back.
I like that you respond to your listeners in their comments section. You're always reviewing stuff, and thank you for coming on. I appreciate it. Sorry if I picked your brain a little bit too much, but I love getting to know people and learning your background and everything. You're not just a random person that decided to get online, which is okay. And I don't know if you're being honest or not. You have a professional background in this industry. You know what you're doing, especially working for the companies that you have. So
and I think
validity.
And I think honestly, like I don't know of any other food reviewers that actually have a background in food, and so that's why when I looked at what was happening out there, I'm like, hey, I 100% think that people have the opportunity to make as much money as they want, like as a social media person. But I feel like that's like me reviewing cars because I drive a car every day. It's like I don't know anything about cars. Like, people dedicate their whole life to this business, and I think that people that watch these videos need to understand that there are people out there that really know this business, and like listen to them.
Yeah, and hone in on it, and you do a great job at that.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you so much for coming on, Mike. I appreciate it. Okay, tell everybody your socials before we go.
So Foodie Justice on TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram.
It's the same handle for everything?
Same handle.
Very smart, everybody. So if you're watching this, make sure you do the same thing, because that's probably the best bet for everybody to find you on all your social media platforms. And it's growing, you're getting bigger, and hopefully you'll come on again, maybe next year.
Yeah, if you're willing to have me.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much, Mike. All right, so that's it for today for Headlines in High Heels. Thanks for sticking around. I know Mike's definitely going to come back maybe in just a little bit, and we'll actually bring in some food. Maybe we can review it here in the kitchen. That would be a lot of fun. So thank you again. Make sure you check out all the awesome shows that we have that you can scroll through on the categories. We have In the Bed with Babs and all these other awesome ones, and the dating shows, stuff that you'll absolutely love. Thank you so much. We'll be back next time.